in another day of scrims. This is one that really I've kind of been looking forward to. So today we are on board with SCUMP as he and OpTic Chicago go to battle against the team that I really think is going to surprise some people, the Minnesota ROKKR. So when it comes to that squad overall, what they bring from the SMG position, I think Priesta is extremely talented, and Attach is one of those pros that's just super resilient. He's one of those guys that you can count on. He's always going to do his job. He's always going to make plays, right? That's just who he is. They've got super steady ARs in Major Maniac and accuracy. So I don't know. I just feel like Minnesota's a team that's going to have a lot of success throughout the year, especially in a game like this where it's a little bit longer time to kill, where it requires a little bit more gun skill than, like, sure, Modern Warfare required gun skill, but the time to kill was so fast that if you could just hit 2 or 3 bullets, you were going to get those kills, where in these you have to prolong your accuracy a little bit. And I don't know, I really think if I were to do a power rankings, a lot of people have been asking for an updated power rankings. I really want to wait. Of course, I'm going to do one. I'll put out a power rankings video before that first tournament, really. But for right now, I just want to wait. I want to make sure that, I'm seeing as much from these teams as I can see before I put that stuff out there. But so far in this one, Chicago's done a nice job of getting time inside of P1. They won a ton of those gun battles inside of P1, and now they were actually able to push into P2 from the bad side of the map, really, and they're getting time inside of P2. They're now pushing out over towards P3. I like what SCUMP's doing here. I think it's going to be tough for him to actually push that out. I mean, he was able to get that 1 kill there, and now I'm sure he's got like 3 other barrels pointed at him. But this is a really nice job here from him of just finessing. He knows that if he hops in the hill right there before his teammates got those other kills, then he probably would have died. But that was an insane job right there of just finessing underneath bottom caution, and he got his first kill. And then if he were to run onto the hard point, obviously he probably would have died. So he just stayed tucked in that corner, waited for his teammates to come in, because as he was waiting for the rotation of his teammates from over by P2, he knew that everybody was going to be looking for him. And as Minnesota was looking for SCUMP in that corner, teammates were able to come in, get a team wipe. Now they've got the time inside of P3. I mean, that was a thing of beauty right there, and it was all because of SCUMP. Sure, his teammates come in, his teammates were able to get kills and were able to finish out the push and stuff like that, but that job right there from him was phenomenal. So at the end of P3, they've already got an 80-point lead. Now, giving up this bottom side of the map here by bridge, that's not going to help their cause from P4. So I like what SCUMP is doing right here. Envoy was also trying to work his way that way. You do have to get control of top bridge, because if you're spawning over by P2, now spawns did just flip, but if you're spawning over towards P2 and you try to get through top green to get down to P4, you cannot get that time if you don't have control of top bridge and top green. It's just it's really hard to do, because they can just come and just shoot you from behind. And also, the other thing, I don't know if you guys have really noticed in the kill feed so far, but Dashy also used the M4 some today. Unfortunately, Dashy hasn't streamed in like 12 or 14 days or something, so it's really tough to get a point of view from Dashy. But I thought it was interesting that it just seems like more and more people are using the M4. I've given my thoughts on the M4 the last couple days. You can see that accuracy from Minnesota is not. So accuracy and Major Maniac are still using the Krig. Most people are still using the Krig, but Formal and Dashy seem to be, testing it out, seeing if it works, seeing if they like it and whatnot. But not my favorite weapon, but I'm not a pro either, so it is what it is. But over towards P5, if you're OpTic, this has already been a successful first set of rotations. If you get no points whatsoever, this is already successful. But you do have spawns over here Nice kill there from SCUMP. You do have spawns for P5 if you can gain map control. So again, this P5 is one of those spawn locations where even if you do have the beneficial spawns here in the back, you can easily get spawn killed back there and not get any time just because of the power positions up by top bridge and inside of lights and over towards that ADOM building. So they were only able to get like 15 or 20 seconds inside of P5, but the end of the first set of rotations come through and they have basically a 70-point lead, 140 to 75. So far all is well, but best thing about scrims is that we can go ahead, we can listen and hear exactly what they're talking about. So let's go ahead and do that. We're about to rotate here from P1 to P2, second set of rotations. Let's listen in and hear Chicago's team comms as we're about to rotate here.
Now I'm picking up bricks.
Hill, Priest dead. One more hill. I'm waiting for that.
Square.
I'm dead. Top green major. Tell me green major.
And under vent.
Yeah, that's last two.
That's last two. Top green and vent.
Yeah, I'm holding lights. One of my hang on. Yo, I think square.
I'll
square.
Green. Yeah, he's
in
not
lights,
square already. I have lights push. Yeah, one more gonna be low mid. Priest up. Look, two.
Yeah, watch.
Yeah,
I can get back. Watch back.
Two to the left.
I needed square.
I'm in the spot. Can they be back into the tank? Into the tank.
Priest a small one shot. Priest a small one shot. There's two. Too small. Too small.
I don't see anything green.
He's top green.
Top green. I killed
top green.
Green, he just peeked me, dude.
Top green.
Maps would here.
That right there, by the way, I'm not sure if you guys really noticed or focused in on that, but that was a really technical play from Priesta and Major Maniac. SCUMP had Priesta at one shot inside that ADOM building. Priesta was able to just jump out of the way. So that essentially, it's basically just a simple trade that you would do in Search and Destroy or whatever, but it allowed Minnesota to overtake those spawns. So Priesta got all the way down to one shot, was able to get a bullet or two into SCUMP. He slides out of the way. Major Maniac jumps out from cover, finishes the gun battle, and that's, I mean, that I know it's just a simple trade that you would do in Search and Destroy, but it was able to win rotations for them in the back, and that's a big two-piece also. So if SCUMP doesn't get those two and Envoy ends up going down also, these rotations here to P3 could end up not going their way. So their lead has gone from like 70, 80 points all the way down to 20 points. If he doesn't get that two-piece, that's another big swing also. But let's go ahead, let's listen back in.
They're like three. In the back of me, tools.
Half dead, Lamar dead.
One in the back of me. In the back car, back truck, attach.
He's back vans.
Yeah.
I just saw it at the back.
He's close.
I really
my bad.
Andrew did.
Yo, one on time.
On time, Lamar. Really weak. He's just on time. He's back left time. Cool side hill. To the left.
They know in front. Push it out. Push me out.
In the back, Major one shot in the back.
He can't chow me.
He could get
Pulse right, hurt. He's gonna chow you. In the left corner front.
Major hit mid, I think.
Yo, one guy's front old.
Yeah, top floating.
Yo,
I'm
old.
In vent again, dude.
Floating
in vent.
One far right, Preston.
Actually, I'm watching
Alright, everyone regain.
I got one on time. He's still floating.
That right there is perfectly played from Minnesota. They were inside of P3. First of all, they were able to gain those spawns inside of P3, but as they exited, they exited through vent rooms, which gave them control, at least initial control, of that P1 area, that top bridge area. Now, since then, Chicago's been able to fight back. So you saw SCUMP and BDOM get a couple kills, and they've been able to push their way up through the map, basically in a little bit of a spawn trap here for Minnesota. But Minnesota did a great job of pushing out P3, getting control of this area of the map right here by P1, and then Chicago just came back, were able to get a team kill, and now they're basically just holding Minnesota back in this spawn. That's how they're getting time inside of P4. It's a really nice job from both teams. Chicago just made it work a little bit better there towards the end, which is why they were getting this initial time.
Up mid, Dylan.
I got two. Let me platinum.
I spawned in the back.
Could you look at green?
I'm
In
trying
the back, one in the back.
Yeah, I'm pushed out pretty far, bro.
Yo, I
in the back.
have your bricks.
Attach to the back.
Yeah, still here. Attach that. I'm spawning on the back.
On the back. I killed one guy.
Yo, two in the back.
He's cat.
Both sides in the back.
We spawn vent.
Yo, I'm bricks right now. Hold on, I can get kills.
Is he green?
Top green.
Bricks, dead.
Top green in the corner. Major sitting in the corner still.
Time dead. One more zombie lights.
One shot green. I got team shot.
Okay, one top green, one in the back left.
Just keep him off this.
Yeah, I'm looking top green.
Yo, one's low green.
I Don't see him, Brennan.
I don't know where he went.
He's
He's like
rails,
trash
rails,
somewhere.
dead.
In the back,
Good job. I hit
Alright,
lemon.
nice, shoot him.
I'm holding my
Nothing
green.
spawner.
I'm holding
Bricks.
green.
One shot, Preston. One shot in time. Literally.
He
a
wouldn't
bullet.
nail it,
I'm
nail it.
dead. One shot in time.
One more
Dead.
D5.
More small,
No,
small, small.
bricks, small,
Back
small,
over.
going green. He hit green, he hit green.
Once we back left,
Close, close.
Fuck, bro. I heard
major's
someone
back
slide
left,
on me, bro. One guy's top green, bro.
I'm watching green.
I'm wrapping towards green.
I'm trying to
Rapid
push
green.
out lights, yo.
I'm looking green.
I'm in lights.
You're in lights, okay.
Yo, one's under BS&D.
Green
Under
attach,
BS&D.
green attach, green
One's
attach.
in
Green
vent.
attach,
One is
green
in vent.
attach.
100%.
Green
In
attack,
vent.
top green.
I'll get
One
your
is
vents,
in
man. I'll
vent.
get your vents.
Two green, two
Right
green.
here. Try to get
He
the
jumped out
vents,
trash.
vents,
He's trash.
vents.
Trash
Give me
Lamar.
rails,
Trash
real
Lamar.
guys.
Yo,
I spawned the lights.
top cat weak.
Lamar's weak as fuck.
Yo, he's
trash.
hit cat. Yo,
He's
low
rails.
S&D then.
Yo, one
Nice,
more
three,
trash.
three,
Dude, like up rails.
Rails, last guy. I'm taking down hill.
He's ran on mid. Preston.
He's still next to me. Still rails.
He's low
I have
mid, low
BS&D,
mid,
I have
Preston.
BS&D.
Under rails again.
One shot, Preston, bro.
There's one
He's
back mid.
rails.
He
Off
jumped
it,
up.
off
Two
it,
of them
off
jumped
it.
up.
Nice, Matt.
Two under pot.
I got one.
Another
Another
one,
one.
another
Plat in time.
Nice.
Mid.
Let's go. Nice, guys. Good job.
Shit, guys. Good play.
And that's the end of it. So Scum goes 34-21. And really, if you look at the damage numbers here, I wish I could see the damage numbers over here for Minnesota. Scum's camera's in the way, but 4,900 damage for Scum, 4,300, 4,900, 4,500. So across the board, basically everybody was in that 30-ish, 35-ish kill range. At least that's what it seems like. But that was a super competitive map. I will say, just to kind of conclude this, that in Checkmate, Minnesota won that one. On Raid, Minnesota won that. In Crossroads, Minnesota won that map. So a lot of the other maps did end up going the way of Minnesota, but they were all really close. They were all in like that 250 to 230 range. So we'll see what happens. Again, I think right now these are probably two of the top 4, maybe 2 of the top 5 or 6 teams in the CDL. I can't wait until we get some actual tournaments so that we can see. But if you enjoy this sort of content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a like, as it really helps out the channel. And thanks, guys. We will see you in tomorrow's upload.